How to use a man from the queen user herself. Yes, if you have ever thought that I use and manipulate men, well, honey, let me tell you, you would be correct. Men are tools. Use them. I'll teach you how. And if you thought that this was supposed to be satirical, well, that just depends on how you perceive it. So I have been decorating for Christmas, and I wasn't gonna film this video until I really fully felt the inspiration to. Um, Sometimes I need to be in a space mentally to film a video and have my words project to you in the way that I want them to project, you know? But here I am because I think a lot of you would love to know how to use a man exactly. First way to use a man is to ask him to fix things or do jobs that you just simply don't want to do. Yeah, the chances are is that there's a lot of things in your home that need to be fixed or put up or nailed in the wall or tampered with. And truth be told, there's just a lot of things that feminine women either A, don't want to do, or B, don't know how to do, or C, they never had to growing up because they always had a man in the house to do those sort of things. So what do? You gather your army of men and you ask them to move heavy things up for you or nail things into the wall, as I said, or you get them to attach strings and curtain rods and all of these things that go into your home up for you. And more often than not, they are more than happy to help with these sort of more left brain activities. You know, before my grandpa passed away a couple months ago this year, he was my handyman for everything. And I would call him, granted, he lives an hour and a half away, okay? But I would call him every time I needed something done in the house that I just couldn't simply do or just didn't want to do, right? He was my handyman, my go-to guy, and he would always run for when I needed my bedroom walls painted, when I needed something glued together, something that I couldn't do myself, like literally couldn't, or didn't want to, or something simply he had the tools for that I did not have the tools for, or putting up curtain rods, all of these different things that are for the men and that they absolutely enjoy and would rather be doing. He was my guy. So why on earth would I do that kind of unglamorous work if I don't have to? Because there are men out here who will do it for me. All in all, get the man in your life or men in your life to help you with the heavy lifting, the nailing of the shelves on your bedroom wall, the painting, the hanging of the curtains, all the more technical, less glamorous jobs. I promise you, men love to be helpful and needed and sufficient in those more technical left brain jobs, or even changing a tire or changing the oil in your car, rather than trying to be helpful to you in picking out your outfit or helping you with your makeup or your hair. Though I'm not going to put it past them, because my grandma actually got her husband to paint her toenails and help her cut and dye her hair. So a man will do anything. However, they would much rather have these more problem-solving technical activities rather than the more glamorous, pleasurable activities. Alrighty, the next way to use a man, because men are tools. And this is a really big one. Use a man to vent to confide in. Now, there is a distinction here. We don't want to go to a man and trauma dump on him, especially if we don't really know him and don't have that comfortable, established personal relationship with him. And we also don't want to go to him and start the blame game and list of things as to what he's doing wrong and why he is the cause of your unhappiness. That's not the venting and confiding in that we are speaking of. Now, there is a way to communicate those more serious and heavy situations in a more feminine manner, which I can help you with if you email me right here. However, we are not discussing that right now. We are talking about just simply using him to confide in for just life's smallest inconveniences and things that come up at work. You know, there's a lot of things that come up in life and issues that do arise, whether it be with yourself solely or with other people, with family members, with coworkers, and you need someone to run to when those things do come up and they trigger you and they bother you and they make you feel something. When you are a very independent woman and you are out in the corporate work world, chances are is that you have to suppress a lot of things and a lot of female emotions, regardless of where they come up or how they come up or what happened in the workplace. You have to suppress those sorts of things in order to get the job done, to do what you have to do in your workplace, and to get through the day. Well, how do you come back to your feminine energy of feeling and expressing yourself and expressing your emotions? You simply release all of that tension and all of that heavy, dense energy that you did have to suppress and push down in the workplace, and you confide in the special man in your life to hold all of that for you. These are the strategies that are going to help you feel more connected to a man. When he listens, he penetrates you, he penetrates into your mind, your heart, your psyche, and then you just open and release all of your things that are built up inside of you that you feel you need to say. This is the ways that you are connecting to a man and ultimately bringing yourself closer to him and forming a stronger emotional bond with him. Okay, because the moments that we stop wanting to express ourselves and share things about our life and things that we experience and things that we deal with and things that come up, this is when we start to lose the tackiness in the relationship bond. This is when we start to build up a lot of tension and resentment inside of us towards that special man, and unfortunately that those resentments end up manifesting in other ways. Okay, so talk about your fears. Talk about the things that you hold dear. Talk about vulnerable topics. Talk about how you felt when your family told you what they told you last week. Okay, talk about your wisdom. Share your wisdom with that special man in your life. This is a very important and essential way to use your man as a tool in order to help you feel more connected and feel more feminine in his presence. The men that you feel most comfortable being your authentic self with and confiding the most in and feeling safe in yourself to express your authentic emotions, those men that you feel the most comfortable with to do all of those things, you are going to feel more attracted and closer towards them. You're gonna feel more like safer in who you are as a feminine woman. Now, you do need to be in a special, healthy, healed, emotionally intelligent place where you know how to regulate your emotions and control them in order for this to work. Because otherwise, if we tend to go to our men with problems about him or this sort of immature, childish, needy, desperate frustrations, and again, placing all the blame on him or trying to manipulate a situation in a dark and twisted way, then this is actually going to work against you. Okay, but I'm going to end up doing a video on feminine communication. There's a lot of you that have requested more to hear more on feminine communication. And I've talked about this stuff several times, but I think it just kind of gets buried in there under underneath all the other types of content that I create. But feminine communication is something very vital and essential for keeping your relationship healthy. And there is an important and intelligent way to go about communicating with your man, to a man, to any man in your life, that is, in a more feminine, gentle, delicate, soft manner. So if you do want to hear more about that, go ahead and leave a comment, subscribe, like, share this video with a friend. All of your ability to help share and show love to my channel, it's always appreciated. So okay, anyways, the next way that you use the man in your toolbox, and that is using him for physical safety. Yep, you already know it. Men are providers and protectors. They are better and more equipped than us women at being the strong providers and protectors that they are. For one, they have a lot more physical strength than us. They need about 10 to 30 times more testosterone than us. Their bodies are literally built stronger than ours in order to be the leader and protectors of their families and society as a whole. They are equipped for this, and this is why they sometimes can tend to be a little bit too overbearing with their protective instincts. Yes, I'm sure if you have uncles, brothers, a father, men in your life that want to protect you, sometimes it can be a little bit overbearing, and sometimes it can seem like they almost don't trust your judgment and trust your ability to make good and rational decisions for yourself. But it's just simply that they have a more active system for protecting and can spot dangers and can easily detect when someone is out to harm you. I mean, I literally know this for myself so well because my brother is very, very cautious and always looking out for his sisters. Always making sure that he always makes sure to tell us that to have pocket knives in our car, always telling us to lock our doors when we go into sketchy or unfamiliar places, always making sure to lock the door at home, keeping a gun. Like, there's just so many ways that he is trying to look out for the protection and lives of his little baby sisters. But even the special man in your life, like say that you're dating a guy and, obviously you don't live together and, he can't really fully protect you physically, then have this special guy walk you to your car, using him to protect you in that sense and making sure that you get to your car safely and that making sure that you make it home safely is a very endearing way to make a man feel more heroic and more masculine and more confident around you, and B, also a way to feel more feminine for yourself around him. You can use a man even to simply walk in front of you when you are walking somewhere with him. Typically, a man feels like he can protect you better if you are walking slightly behind him, or you're holding his hand, walking behind him and following along, rather than you walking in front, right? It's kind of almost like that security guard, bodyguard type of energy, This is all just such fascinating stuff, and really just simple things and almost things that you don't think that you should be thinking about or paying attention to. But these are the little things that you need to do, if you're not already, in order to help him feel more like a protector and someone that's looking out for your physical safety, and you using him for your physical safety. So just simply by letting him walk more in front of you and you following behind him, maybe holding his hand, walking you to your car, making sure that you made it home, allowing him to drive if that is the situation. Always let the man drive. They are going to feel better protective over you if they are in control of the wheel. Now, obviously, this is not talking about letting a man who is drinking and driving drive you around. Okay, obviously that is not rational and logical and smart and wise in any shape or form. But too, I've experienced a lot of men myself that in order to protect the woman's physical safety and to be a protector, sometimes, like, if they go out to dine out or eat or go out, whatever, for a night out together, the guy will end up, like, either not drinking at all or only drinking one or two glass. My dad is actually like this. End up drinking like one or two glasses in order to be sober for the time that they have to go home and be driven home. Or if they both want to drink and, plan to get a little tipsy, then he will end up ordering an Uber. Like, there are ways to work around having to protect you and make sure that you're safe and making sure that he's safe himself. And that is just another strategy that they might do in order to prove that to you. I would say it's actually more of a red flag if a guy were to fearmonger you and express his weariness in his surroundings or fearful mentality of what's happening around you, and then he doesn't give you the actual tools or solutions or things to do in case you were in a sticky situation. You know what I mean? It would be a red flag if he were to just fearmonger you and then didn't even do anything to help you or give you any tools to help you protect yourself. I mean, I can't even tell you. I have had so many, not just family members, but guy friends throughout my whole life who have given me tools and told me exactly what to do, given me like actual weapons like stabbers, pocket knives, tools to help get myself out of like scary, sticky situations, given me strategy in order to, like, if I were to be in a situation where they couldn't be around to protect me, like, and this just kind of came out of nowhere. Like, I've had multiple guys give me weapons and tools to help protect my life, right? So men just have this instinct in them to want to protect the delicate, soft, feminine women in their lives. And so this is a way that this is a compliment to you. It's an endearment, a way of showing his protection and care and love for you by him providing the tools or strategies that you would need in order to save your life or protect yourself when simply he may not be able to be around. See what I mean? Using and manipulating men, keeping men as a tool in your toolbox is much easier than you thought. Yes, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment down below, and send me an email if you need one-on-one guidance coaching in your feminine, relationship, masculine situation, and I'll be more than happy to help guide you through that. As always, I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah.